determine whether living near high-voltage power lines made people sick. They studied the rates of over 800 different illnesses and found that childhood leukemia was 4 times more common near power lines. Their data wasn't wrong. The problem was, by measuring so many variables, they basically guaranteed that at least one of them would be a weird statistical outlier, and then they used it as proof of a cause and effect relationship. You can actually visualize what this is like. Look, if I have a huge bag of dice and dump them all on my table, what's gonna happen? Most of them will form a scattered pile right under where I dumped them, but you know that 1 or 2 of them are gonna fly off my table, bounce on the carpet, and lodge themselves under a filing cabinet 10 feet away. Why? They're outliers. It just happens. All right, back to Mayfield. The FBI had a preconceived notion of who was likely to have been involved in 11M. They had seemingly reliable forensic evidence to support a suspect's identification. They had so much information about that suspect, all so easily available digitally, that they could find information that perfectly fit their profile. They dismissed the high volume of exculpatory data, like whether Brandon Mayfield was even in Europe before 11M. He wasn't. His passport had expired years ago, but the FBI claimed that meant Mayfield must have traveled under another identity. For them, the absence of proof was proof. Mayfield was detained for 2 weeks as a material witness, not arrested as an actual suspect, since holding him as a material witness required far less evidence. The FBI kept collecting information they thought proved Mayfield's guilt, but everything came crashing down when Spanish authorities announced that they'd found the person who was actually involved in 11M. They matched the LF-17 print to those of an Algerian terrorist, and they were right. The FBI experts agreed that these prints were truly a match. Mayfield was released immediately, and then the questions began. As the American Civil Liberties Union and other civil rights advocates excoriated the FBI for having wrongly profiled him, the FBI analyzed what went wrong internally. They laid part of the blame on what they saw as the poor quality of the original digital image of LF-17, but a panel of international fingerprint experts suggested that the FBI had far too much confidence in the Integrated Automated Fingerprint Identification System, which is the largest biometric database in the world, and let the pressure of a high-profile case determine how they viewed